Welcome to the week at the National Conference. On Monday, when delegates returned um, from break, which was occasioned by the dispute over the voting procedure to be used, the whole issue of the voting procedure was laid to rest with the adoption of 70% voting procedure. You would recall that the presidency had indicated that major decisions at the conference should be taken by consensus, or if they can't reach a consensus, they should at least achieve 75% of the delegate in supporting that particular issue or the thing they were voting for. But last week, delegates from the north and the south took different positions on this matter. The north insisted that 75% should be retained as it were on the rule books, while delegates from the south almost unanimously say it should be two-thirds majority as used in the National Assembly, and they also claim that's the percentage used globally. The chairman of the conference had appointed or selected 50 delegates and constituted them into what he referred as to consensus group. They called them 50 wise men. They met, there were women in the group too. They met and then came back with a position that was adopted at 70%. The conference adopted that. There was no problem, there was no issue about that. They unanimously adopted that position. Again, the group also took a decision which was a bit controversial, because they were expected to only discuss the voting procedure, but they came back and said, no, the delegates should not select leaders of committees, the standing committees, the 20 standing committees that's going to be set up, because delegates may unknowingly appoint people from the same part of the country, and then there will be no control. So instead, they should vest that power with the leadership, the secretariat, to do that. Wednesday, the labor representatives of labor came up with to disagree that any matter which was taken or any decision that was taken on the floor should not have been overturned by any other group. But when that matter was brought to the floor, a voting was carried out and the House carried. So whatever complaint labor has cannot hold. So after they had taken that decision, the conference went into debate on the president's inaugural address. Some of the things that highlighted the debate was that Nigeria is due for change. Everybody was talking about change, but the changes were expressed in different ways. Some are calling for the fact that Nigeria should revert back to the 1963 constitution, Republican constitution, which they claim was the basis upon which Nigeria independence was negotiated. Every region grew. They were in competition, healthy competition, and they did a lot of things that states cannot do these days. Some are calling for a life or death sentence for corrupt people, for corrupt Nigerians or corrupt public office holders. And this was expressed by a lot of delegates. Every delegate that came out spoke about corruption. There was even a situation where a former governor, a delegate accused a former governor of wasting the opportunity he had. The former governor was inside the chamber and had just spoken. Not quite a day after, this delegate appeared and openly told the governor he was one of those who destroyed the country. Delegates also even claim that they are part of the problems of the country. And women, there was a little problem with the women who claimed that the secretary to the conference was being harassed, and then they wanted to stage a walkout. So the male delegate now soft pedal. Later you know that there are about 80 women at the conference out of 492. About 18 youths are also there. So the women and the youth groups and civil society groups have come together to defend the cause of the minorities. People who are living with disability also came up strongly to demand attention, to demand that things should be done to favor them, and that they constitute over close to 20 million of them in the country. And because of their number, they should be given attention. Public spaces should be created or should be constructed to accommodate them and the sort. There was issue of food too during the week. Some delegates complained that the food served, the lunch served them, the quality and the quantity of food were not good. And so a debate, a motion almost came to the floor, but the leadership killed it, would not allow the motion to go. Eventually, when the chairman of the commission, the conference, now put the issue to vote, delegates said no, because the media, they're afraid the media will overblow everything. One thing is coming up again. After the rule which the conference tried to muzzle the press was thrown out, now the delegates are trying to bring what they call executive session. It happens in the legislature. Executive session where the gallery will be cleared of the media and every other person, where delegate can discuss certain issues without being those kind of issues being known to the media. But we think this is not a legislature. There's no hidden agenda. So if they don't have any hidden agenda, there is no need for an executive session, unless they will come up to tell the world and Nigerians what they discuss at the executive session. But if not, then there's no need for executive session. The week coming, the conference will continue with the debate on the president's speech. I believe that by Tuesday, they should be done with that, and then they'll go into the committee sessions. The leadership is battling to set up the committee, appoint the leaders of the committee, and constitute the committee. As we speak, delegates were given forms to fill to indicate the 3 committees they want to want to belong in order of preference. So when they come back next week, Monday, they will finish with the presidential speech, debate on presidential inaugural speech, and then they will go into committee, break into committees. There are 10 committees. The federal government has already approved funds for them to hire halls, because there are only 10 halls inside the National Judicial Institute. So they will go outside the venue, get 10 additional halls for delegates to meet in the committee sessions. The next week is going to be very, very interesting, and I hope you will hook on and watch us. Follow us on the daily updates on our Twitter handle, on the web page, on Facebook. Thank you very much.